Friends, the topic of Dajjal's appearance is a major discussion, particularly on social media, with recent reports circulating about his supposed emergence in the hills of Madinah and a proclamation he allegedly made. The appearance of Dajjal is considered a monumental sign leading to the Day of Judgment. Many other signs of the Day of Judgment have already manifested, and global conflicts are increasingly evident. Has Dajjal truly appeared? Has he been sighted near Madinah? Before delving deeper, it's crucial to understand the prophecies associated with Dajjal. We'll provide comprehensive details on this subject, so please read until the end. To partake in blessings, please subscribe and like the channel, and share your name in the comments. The origins of the Dajjal narrative. To understand Dajjal, let's explore where his story begins. In ancient times, a significant defeat of the Israelites by the Babylonian ruler Nebuchadnezzar, which included the destruction of their temple and the burning of their homeland, led to profound despair. They began to believe that their God, Yahweh, had turned away from them, and that this devastation was a punishment. In response to this distress, a belief emerged that Yahweh's anger would not last forever. Instead, after a period of temporary punishment, he would grant them renewed success through a powerful messianic king. Jewish tradition speaks of a vision. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away. The belief in the return of a Messiah is also found in other sacred texts, emphasizing a future where the kingdom of the world will belong to our God and his Messiah, and he will rule the kingdom without fear. Followers of these traditions await this coming, referring to the covenant before the Day of Judgment as the Messiah's covenant. The concept of the return of Jesus, peace be upon him, is also present in Islamic teachings. Many Muslim scholars believe, based on prophetic narrations about Jesus, that he will return as a leader before the Day of Judgment. However, a minority of scholars, including Ibn Khaldun, hold different views regarding the return of the Messiah. The concept of Dajjal across traditions. Let's now examine the concept of Dajjal in various religious traditions. Dajjal is often understood as the Antichrist, a deceptive figure and a profound adversary. In Christian tradition, he is believed to rule in a terrifying manner in the period preceding the Last Judgment. Research suggests that the Antichrist was first mentioned in the writings of John, with more detailed narratives about his life and rule developing over time. The Christian concept of Dajjal originated from Jewish traditions, particularly from the Book of Daniel in the Hebrew Bible. This ancient text presents a prophecy of a figure who would speak against the Almighty, oppress his followers, and attempt to alter times and laws. Scholars generally agree that this verse in Daniel refers to an Antichrist, initially interpreted as the Hellenistic ruler who persecuted the Jews. However, since the Antichrist is not named, early Christians applied this prophecy to Roman emperors who persecuted the Church, particularly Nero. Early Christians strongly anticipated the coming of a great Antichrist, likening him to beasts described in apocalyptic visions. He would emerge during a time of immense tribulation, deceiving people with signs and strange pronouncements. He would claim divinity, even within sacred spaces. Ultimately, he would be defeated by Jesus, who would destroy him. The understanding of the Antichrist evolved to include the idea of a destructive force. In Islamic scholarly interpretations, Dajjal is perceived as a highly treacherous and deceptive individual, also referred to as Al-Masih ad-Dajjal. This title suggests that before the Day of Judgment, a person will falsely claim to be the Messiah and deceive people through trickery, leveraging the messianic expectations among Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Some traditions describe him as blind in one eye, and for believers, his deception will be so profound that it will seem as if disbelief is literally inscribed on his forehead. According to some Islamic scholars, Dajjal represents a deceiver who will create intellectual and spiritual misguidance, rather than a physically unique being who spreads mischief through force. It is noted that Dajjal will not operate through the sword, but through arguments and knowledge. He will mentally mislead people. Descriptions of Dajjal vary, often portraying him as a person with curly hair and a bushy forehead, one eye being sightless or resembling a dried grape. He is said to have a broad chest and some disfigurement. He will be the greatest liar and is expected to emerge from the eastern region known as Khorasan, an ancient name for a vast area stretching from Iraq to the borders of India, including parts of Afghanistan. It is also mentioned that he will be followed by people whose faces resemble broad shields, perhaps alluding to Gog and Magog. It is understood that the Messiah Dajjal will come from the east and his ultimate destination will be Madinah. He will approach the city and encamp near Mount Uhud. However, God's angels will then direct him towards Syria, where he will ultimately perish. The prophet, peace be upon him, himself sought refuge from Dajjal and encouraged his followers to do the same. Islamic scholars suggest that when Dajjal appears, he will be killed by Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. This event is seen by Muslims as a victory over all deceptions, and by Jewish believers, as the end of the rule of an infidel king. Prophecies in ancient texts indicate that divine judgment will prevail, the rule of the oppressive king will be seized, and his kingdom will come to a complete end. Then, God's righteous people will inherit the kingdom. Christian beliefs often anticipate their spiritual supremacy being established after the ultimate defeat of the Antichrist. Many Christian scholars interpret the establishment of certain states and their regional influence as manifestations of circumstances mentioned in their religious traditions. Muslims also hold similar interpretations of these traditions. What are your thoughts on this matter? Please share in the comments. We encourage you to share this video widely with your friends. If you'd like us to discuss a particular spiritual practice or topic of your choice, please let us know in the comment section. We hope you found this discussion insightful. If you did, please like it and share your opinion in the comments. We also kindly request you to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications for our upcoming videos. May Allah keep you in His protection. Ameen.